Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Ubisoft's Star Wars Outlaws pricing point is a lot worse than I even thought it was in my original video. Talked about the original, basic price point of $70, $69, then up to $110, $120, $130. All this extra bells and whistles and season pass, and why on earth you need a season pass and a 3-day early access in a single player game. But it's so much worse. So much more worse than that. Far worse. Much more worse. Let's get on to the article. This lovely little gem. Star Wars Outlaws Jabba the Hutt mission locked behind a season pass. The deal is getting worse all the time. Usually deals are supposed to get better. They're supposed to be more beneficial to the player, but hey, we live in interesting times right now. And if you get the reference, let me know in the comments. May you live in interesting times. Don't look it up. Anyway, to sit there, your advertisement, your story trailer has Jabba the Hutt, Jabba no Bother, in the trailer. And then you're going to lock whatever this mission is behind a paywall. I didn't even notice when I was originally looking at all the different price points and what comes with what. I didn't realize that, yeah, there's a Jabba mission that you can access day one. Now, what does that mean? There's so little information, and yet they want so much of your money with so little information. I don't see why anyone would fork up that kind of cash for this. Ubisoft has already come under fire, justifiably so, for single-player game, right? Single-player game. Star Wars Outlaws having a season pass, which, down with any and all season passes. They're ridiculous. You don't need those for single-player games. And if you do put them in multiplayer games, things like Destiny, Fortnite, Rocket League, one of my favorites. I love it. It's my go-to brain numb, shut your brain off and have some fun game. It's Rocket League. It might end up being Destiny 2 in the near future. Anyway, having a season pass for those games with nothing but cosmetic stuff I don't really have an issue. Skins for your guns, skins for your clothes, skins for your cars, whatever. New skins for your character. All fun and fine and dandy. But when you have a season pass with a story mission that's locked behind that season pass, you can't do it unless you give us extra money. Leaves a bad taste. And yes, I know other games do it as well. One right off the top, Destiny. They lock content behind their season pass. However, $10, 3 months, and depending on how much content you get, you'll have players saying yay or nay. That's their decision. Destiny has a long-standing reputation of, mixed at best. But to have Ubisoft come out with a pretty much an unproven track record for Star Wars Outlaws and expect people to pay that much extra, I mean, it's debatable on whether or not these video games are worth $70 in and of themselves. Fans are expressing frustration, to say the least. Well, they're expressing frustration with all sorts of things surrounding this character, this game, the world, the story trailer. Lots of frustration. Once again, upon noticing its highly anticipated Jabba the Hutt mission, because member berries, you remember? I remember. As reported by Spanish outlet, Jones, whatever. This one right here. Oh, let me scroll. That right there. Area. Ubisoft's website outlining the contents of the season pass, an optional extra to the $70 overpriced Ubisoft trash. Standard game so far only available through its $110 Gold Edition and even more expensive $130 Ultimate Edition, which is just absolutely ridiculous, but I already talked about that. Play the exclusive, here we go. Play the exclusive Jabba's Gambit mission at launch. Now, that's a very important term. At launch. What does that mean? Does that mean you get to play it right away because you gave us some extra money? So you give us some extra money. Not only do you get to play a single-player game 3 days early, a single-player game 3 days early, but you get to play Jabba's Gambit mission at launch. Which launch? Exactly. The 3-day head start launch or the actual day one launch? Which one is it? Not a lot of information. Canto Bite. Trash. Huh? And if you pay extra, you get to play Jabba's Gambit at launch. Does that mean everyone else has to wait till the next season? Not a lot of information here. You dangle that little dangle the carrot in front of the players. Fear of missing out is an evil, nasty thing. It is infecting all of video games. And we need to say no to it. Need to stop it. Get rid of FOMO. Stop pre-ordering. Stop succumbing to the season pass, the paywalls, and everything, and the bells and whistles. And eventually it will go away. Do I think that's going to happen? Well, let's just say I'm not going to hold my breath. I'd like to live another... Never mind. Justice K is putting together a crew for the Canto Bite. Should call that Canto Blight heist. Are you excited to go to Canto Bite? For those who actually, if you're going to fork over the money for this game, you probably are looking forward to Canto Bite. Going back to the... what was that? The casino planet that had absolutely no reason to be in the movie. It served absolutely no purpose. Then, my capitalism bad, war bad. Okay, we're going to sell guns and weapons and everybody to the highest bidder. What the hell was that scene? Nonsensical, insignificant, didn't need to be in the movie. But we're talking about video games here. She receives a job from Jabba the Hutt himself. Turns out that ND5 owes Jabba a debt from years ago, and he has come to collect. Now, why is that happening? Probably because Ma'am Solo over here is a skin redraft. A lot of theories going around that this was supposed to be a Han Solo video game. And based on her outfit and one of the pictures that I saw, you can buy one of these skins, one of the cosmetics that you get to collect for the main character is Han Solo's outfit. So how can you expect anyone not to think that this is nothing more than a reskinned Han Solo game? They decided to do a little change here and there with the character, with the main protagonist. Makes kind of sense considering the height of your big old robot right there, that it kind of the height of Chewbacca. I don't know. You decide for yourself. It's unclear how much of Jabba the Hutt content will be locked behind the season pass, but Ubisoft has said in the past players can work for and even betray Jabba as the head of one of Star Wars Outlaws' criminal factions. Now, if this is possible, that might actually be a saving grace for this game. If there are factions, the different factions, the different crime syndicates that you can interact with, you can work for them, you can betray them, and your reputation with them goes up. That would enhance the replayability of this game. But again, wait for someone else to play it. Do not give them your money until you find out it's worth the price of admission. The mission description very much sound like the introduction to working for Jabba. Okay. However, at the very least, this confirms $70 won't give players access to all the Star Wars Outlaws, which is horseshit. Top to bottom, beginning to end, no matter which way you want to spend this, if you have to pay extra to play all of the game, why would you even put a $70 price tag on it? Why don't you just go for broke and hit the $100 price? No, don't give them any ideas. I'm sorry. I take all that back. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot online. Oh, and that's why we don't defend these shitty early access editions with arguments like, it's not taking anything away from the players. It's just to play a few days earlier. Someone at Reset Era got a good idea. My goodness, it's a jerk move to unlock stuff that's otherwise going to be there day one behind an extra paywall. All this stuff is in the game. It's on the it's part of the download. And the only way you get access to what's already on your console or your PC or wherever you choose to play this game, it's already there. If you pay a little bit extra, you'll get access to it. I wonder if particular individuals would be able to unlock all this lovely, nifty little bit of information. But then again, probably not, because it's an always online game. Did I mention this was a single-player game? Help me out, folks. Why are so many people allowing this to happen? I burped there mid-sentence. Anyway, This is a single-player game that requires you to be online, has missions locked behind a paywall day one, with a season pass. It has cosmetics. I challenge each and every one of you that has made it this far. God bless each and every one of you. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, share, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Explain to me, give me a good reason why any of that is in a single-player game, always online, battle pass, skins for your character, and a mission locked behind a paywall. This is ridiculous. We are allowed, as gamers, we have allowed this to happen for entirely too long. And when does it stop? It only stops when we close our wallets and move on to either older games, classic console games, offline games, indie developers. Let's start giving them our money for better developed games, more interesting stories, more interesting characters, because this will never stop otherwise. I get missions and stuff being added after release, free or paid, depending on the scope and what you have and what have you. But I think it's a jerk move to lock stuff that's otherwise going to be there day one behind a paywall. Yes, absolutely. Tamascos, very good. This is absolutely ridiculous. I did hear Sid Alpha mentioned that there is a way, the cheapest, absolute cheapest option to participate in this nonsense, and that would be Ubisoft Ultimate subscription fee, which you pay a particular amount a month. I'm considering checking that out just to get an idea, because maybe, just maybe, although you pay for 1 month of Ubisoft season their subscription fee, and you automatically get access to this game day one. You don't have to pay anything extra, none of the bells and whistles, definitely not $110 or whatever. I might consider looking into that, but who knows? Let me know. Do you think I should? Again, if you made it this far, let me know in the comments. Do you think I should check out that option just to give this game a go and let everybody know my thoughts on it? Because I am super Captain Normie over here that likes games just for the game itself. Lore, backstory, all this other stuff. No, give me... I don't even care what the characters look like. Anyway, I've rambled on for entirely too long. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that YouTube is begging you to do, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.